Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo.
And I'm Cole2K.
And this is the WWE Crown Jewel results show. And here comes the puppy early in the show.
He wanted to make an appearance, a run-in.
Yeah, Dante's sleeping, so he might be a while. For those of you who have never watched our show before each and every WWE PLE let me restart that. I just had a glitch. Before every WWE PLE and AEW pay-per-view, we talk about the build-up to the shows, make our official predictions, and on subsequent shows, break down the results, see how we fared on our predictions, and rate each match on the co-op entertainment scale of 1 to 10. I can speak English. Yeah, it's a thing that I do. Not very well, apparently, but it's a thing that I do.
Some days better than others.
Some days better than others. Today, apparently, is not one of those days. Anyway, Crown Jewel happened this past Saturday in Saudi Arabia, as always. And there were 7 matches on the card. We made our predictions last week. It's time to dive in and see how the show turned out. The opening match was not a match that I had predicted or expected in any way, shape, or form.
Neither one of us.
And that was the Bloodline match. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus who ended up being Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. They left Tongaloa. Did he come down to the ring at all? I know he did during the match, but I don't know if he came. Did he come down at the beginning?
I know they announced him as being, or announced them as being accompanied by Tongaloa.
Oh, okay. So he was out there.
Yeah, so I assume that he was down there the whole time.
Now, speaking of entrances, they were rather unique as well because for some reason, Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso came down together to Roman's music first. Yeah. And then, after a lengthy entrance, Jey Uso came out alone to his music. Thought that was interesting, considering how united they were. But, also, Jey made a pretty big point on SmackDown that if we're going in as equals. We're going in as separate units, not as what we were before.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming that's the reason for that.
And
Although I don't know why Jimmy didn't. What's that?
They may still be going through the dynamic of they don't fully trust each other, or that there's not everything's all rainbows and sunshines. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out more. Especially with the outcome, I'm sure we'll find out more on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, a little bit happened during the match too. So the match itself was fine. It was a typical 3-on-3 tag match that starts off with your standard tags and beatdowns and nothing crazy or nothing too special. The one note during that period of the match, Jey heard the crowd chanting for Roman to come in and was about to tag him, but then he decided to tag Jimmy instead, which was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would have Jey be the what's the word, like the catalyst for mistrust, because it was Roman who was mistrusting.
He's the instigator.
Yeah, like why would Jey be the one to instigate that? It just seems odd.
Jey's a chump.
Jey's a chump. He is super over though. Holy shit, that crowd was on fire for his entrance. Damn.
Is he over or is Yeet? Is Yeet over?
I mean, you could say the same thing about The Rock. Was if you smell what The Rock is cooking over, or was Yes over for Daniel Bryan, or was Daniel Bryan over? It's debatable. What do you say to that?
Without Yeet, is he the same?
I think so. For
The Rock was still the same without if you smelled The Rock is cooking.
This is true. I think he doesn't need Yeet. I think that's just a thing. But like he the what the crowd really likes is the
Yeah.
during the entrance. So there's no Yeet during the entrance. There's just Yeet during when he's talking on the mic, I guess. Or celebrating. But I digress.
Or doing anything.
Or doing anything, yeah. Everyone's just
Right.
Yeet. Yeah, so the match was what it was. It wasn't anything too special until the end of the match, which was kind of surprising. In fact, I would say it was very surprising. Roman Reigns was in full control until he was ready to spear Sikoa. But then Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa interfered. And in the chaos, the ref got knocked out, which I'm not sure why that needed to happen. Because nothing really occurred that was quote unquote cheating that would have got them disqualified. So I thought that was kind of strange.
It was a little
Jacob
bit.
Fatu, yeah, it was kind of random. Jacob Fatu ended up coming in, nailed Reigns, took him down, did his trademark moonsault, and then Solo Sikoa got up and hit Reigns with I think 2 Samoan spikes.
2 spikes.
2 spikes, one standing, and then one as he was getting up, and then Solo pinned Roman clean.
Clean.
So that was interesting. I was pretty confident that the Bloodline was going to win, but I would never have called in a million years that Solo was going to pin Roman.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. I would not have thought that Solo would pin Roman.
I guess they had to give Solo something, to give him credibility for that one final match. And they definitely did. He pinned Roman.
They did need to.
And there's only like 3 people that have pinned Roman in 5 years. Not Lesnar.
Baron Corbin.
Baron, really?
Yeah, it was Baron.
In 5 years.
The last one before
he went on the tribal chief thing.
Before Jay, because Jay pinned him before Cody did.
Yeah, Jay.
So it was Baron Corbin, Jay, Cody, and now Solo.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. It's Baron Corbin is just. Speaking of Baron Corbin, he was released from WWE.
His contract ran out, and
he was not re-signed.
They didn't sign him again.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you make of that before we go on? Because it's not going to come up again. So. Is it because he was always a Triple H guy, right?
He was. I mean, he was an original. I mean, he came straight from football. He wasn't a guy from the Indies that came in the black and gold. He came from football. Injuries, forced him out of the league, but he came in. He was good. I mean, he was as good a heel character, or as good a heel as pretty much anybody in there.
I liked him as Lone Wolf, and that's basically it. I did not like the happy gimmick. I never saw the poor gimmick. I never even saw it, so I don't know what that was about.
Bum-ass Corbin was funny. I liked
bum-ass Corbin, yeah.
The happy Corbin, I didn't like too much, but I really liked him when he went back down to NXT last year.
Yeah, he did really well.
That was real good. I think they just ran out of stuff for him. I mean, I think
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I like you said, he seemed to be gaining momentum again, and then in my opinion, they should have just kept him on NXT and made him like a permanent staple of NXT and help raise new stars.
Or
a better idea.
He'd go in there. I mean, I don't know if he would have any interest in it, but being a coach or being a mentor for maybe some of the bigger guys, maybe some of the more like bigger football type athletic guys.
Yeah, I don't understand why they couldn't find something for him to do. Very strange.
I mean, maybe they still will for that kind of, for that kind of thing, because that might be
Maybe.
a different contract.
Yeah,
Because then
that's
at
true.
that point, you might be an actual employee instead of, an independent
A con-
contractor. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. We'll see what happens to him.
Hopefully something like that, because I mean, he kind of got things. He wasn't the best talent, he wasn't the most technical, but you know, he was able to connect with an audience to get them to hate him, which
Yeah,
is something that a good heel can do. And when it came time to put over the the baby face that he was going to put over, he did it.
I
He could
definitely
do it.
think he had wasted potential for sure, though.
Yeah, he had some.
All right, let's move back towards the match. So that's how the match ended with Solo pinning Roman Reigns. After the match, I guess we'll just call him the New Bloodline decides to continue to beat down Roman Reigns and the Usos, and of course, one man comes down for the save. Sami Zayn
Yeah,
getting a
Sammy.
big getting a big cheer from the crowd.
Not for me.
Yeah,
Not for me.
he again for reasons unknown to me, he faked, deciding to go with Solo only to do an exploder suplex into the turnbuckle. However, in the midst of all this, Roman got up at one point to try and help, but Zayn missed Sikoa with a haluva kick and smoked Roman Reigns right in the face.
Right
So
in
I
the
guess
mush.
right in the moosh. Right in the moosh. So I guess the story moving forward is, can the four of these guys come together for, I'm assuming, War Games?
I hope not. I hope they beat him out of town, send him down to
Yeah, I don't
AEW.
think so. Sam, send him down to AEW. That's right.
Send him down to AEW, and he'll break up all those factions down there.
I'm not into body shaming or anything like that, but like Sammy needs to bulk up, man.
And that's a big reason why I don't like him. I mean,
He just, like he does
he just
standing next to
reminds
these
me.
guys. It's like, who are you?
He just reminds me of those guys in AEW that are booked to beat the bigger guys that they have no business beating.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
he beat. I don't think he beat Breaker. But he beat Gunther.
yeah. He beat
I did
Gunther.
not like
Yeah,
that he beat Gunther.
yeah. It was the feel good story and blah
It
blah blah.
was.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a little hard to believe too. It was fine for what it was, but I agree. If there was someone else, I could see so many other people being the one to have beaten Gunther, but people like Sammy for some reason. I get why people like Sammy, but like, yeah, he needs an image change. He needs to bulk up. He needs to get a fucking tan. Like
And
his image
shave.
sucks. I hate it. You're not
Shave and get a
Sheamus.
haircut.
Get a tan, and stop looking like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. So that was that match. How did we fare on our predictions?
On our predictions, we were both pretty confident, but in different directions.
Oh,
You had the original. Oh no, you had the new Bloodline for 7, and I had the original Bloodline for 6.
oh,
Yep.
I got
Yeah.
a big lead right there.
So you're starting off big, 7-0.
7-0. Liking it. All right.
And for the
What would
record,
you
I
give the
have
match?
not calculated the scores yet, so I have no
Yes,
idea
this
who's
is
winning.
live calculation.
Live calculations. Match, I'd give the match a 6.
Yeah, I would agree. But I'd even go as low as a 5. It was fine. It was middle of the road. It didn't do
It
anything for me.
just the next chapter in a
Yeah,
long book.
yeah. This could have been a SmackDown match, in my opinion. It wasn't. I don't know. It didn't do anything. Didn't do anything for me. All right. The next match was the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending against Kairi Sane and Io Sky, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Trying to think of anything worth talking about in this match.
I mean, just because I'm a fan of NXT and what they've done, I thought Lash Legend and Jakara did pretty good.
Yeah.
I think there was an instance in there when Jade and Lash kind of faced off with each other.
There was a couple botches from Jade.
Yeah.
This match, she completely missed a bicycle kick. I think it was on was it Lash or Jakara? One of the two.
I think one of those two. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this is my first time seeing Lash and Jakara. Their entrance is fantastic. Damn, that was cool. I like that. That was really nifty. Good music. Good visual.
When they're with the other two of Metaphor, they each have their own color. There's a red, green, a blue, and a yellow.
Is that how they? That's a cool idea.
Yeah, they each have their own.
Who was the other two?
The males, Noam Dar and I can't remember.
So Metaphor is 2 guys and 2 girls.
2 guys and 2 girls. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oro Mensa. Thank you, Yancy.
Oh, I have no idea who that is. But again, I don't watch NXT.
You should.
I know who Noam Dar is just because I remember seeing him. I didn't even know he was with the company still, to be honest with you. I remember first time I ever saw him was on the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yep.
And he was really good. All right. Yeah, I don't have much to say about the match. It came down to Belair and Jade Cargill and Green and Niven. Jade and Cargill got Green out of the ring and then nailed the Doomsday device on Piper Niven, and they got the pin on Niven.
Piper accidentally splashed Chelsea.
Of course, that's their gimmick, right?
Yep.
Screwing up all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not who I thought was going to take the pin. I thought it was going to be one of the NXT girls that would take the pin.
Yeah, good for them for avoiding that fate.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have much to say, honestly. It was fine. It was very, very fine. Yeah, it's hard to care in these Fatal 4-Ways because, Fatal 4-Way matches, especially with tag teams, can either be amazing because they're so perfectly choreographed and so executed to perfection that they're just amazing sequences. This one was just kind of there for me.
It was. There was nothing too memorable about it. There was nothing, good or bad memorable.
Yeah. As far as a rating, I'd give it like a 4.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
It was below average for me.
Yep.
How did we do on our predictions?
Well, we both picked the same and both picked the same number, so we both got 5 points. We both picked
this
Jade
was
and
our
Bianca
even.
for 5. Yep.
Gotcha.
You want running totals, or do you just add them up at the end?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
All right, you are up.
Each time.
12-5 at the moment.
12-5. All right.
12-5. Yep.
The next match was Big Bronson Reed versus Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins attacked Reed while he was making his entrance, just to enhance the crazy feud that they've had over the last several weeks. The match was pretty decent. I'm trying to think of things to say about this card in general. if you've noticed a pattern, is pretty lackluster. But I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Crown Jewel has always been a glorified house show to me, a glorified live event. It's never been like, hey, you have to watch this. It's
it hasn't been. It hasn't been until the last couple shows
yeah,
that there have been some matches that have been really big ones to look forward to.
agreed.
So
Yeah, there was nothing on this show that I was like, I can't wait to see this. It was just kind of there, except for the main event, which we'll talk about later. So Reed nearly had Seth Rollins done in the opening few minutes when he squashed him with a tsunami. I hate how Cole says that every single time.
tsunami.
What? Where did that come from? But obviously Seth Rollins survived. I think there was a point at which Reed. There was a table spot, wasn't there?
I don't remember.
Maybe I'm thinking of Raw last night. I could be thinking of Raw last night. But anyway, the match ended with Bronson Reed getting 3 curb stomps in a row. And Rollins finally got the pin. But Bronson Reed basically got right back up after the pinfall and stood tall. So, and given the aftermath on Raw, clearly their feud is not over.
Right. I thought it was interesting. After Bronson hit the one tsunami, he went up to do another one, and Rollins just got out of the way and just kind of got up like the first one didn't affect him much.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was kind of. Well, I mean, I guess maybe because it was early in the match, at least.
Yeah.
There was some give with that, but yeah, thought that was kind of.
This match reminded me of when Rollins faced Lesnar.
Yeah.
Just a lot of, not a long match, just a lot of hard hitting, a lot of curb stomps, a lot of finishers.
Yep.
Surprised that Reed only got 1 tsunami in, although I did call that in
I called that too.
Yeah, WNZ predictions.
Yep. I did call that. I called one tsunami and Seth winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much to say about it. On a rating scale, I'd give it a 5 as well, probably. Average.
Give that one a 6.
Yeah. Okay. How do we do on predictions?
Well, we both like Seth to win. You got him for 2 points, and I got him for 7 points.
Ooh.
Yes.
Made up ground there.
I made up ground. So
what does that bring us to?
You're at 14, and I got 7. I'm at 12.
Ooh, only a 2-point difference after all that. Damn.
Yep.
All right. Next up was the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. For some strange reason, in the middle of the card. I would have thought that this would have been like the second last match, but apparently middle of the card is where you put the Crown Jewel Championship. Very strange.
I thought it would either been first or next to last.
Yeah, I think we had discussed that last week. We were like, they'll probably put one Crown Jewel Championship at the start and the end. But putting this in the middle, a little strange, a little odd. But yeah, Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion versus Liv Morgan, the World Champion. This match really didn't do. This is one of those matches where I there's always something that surrounds the match where you're like, the match doesn't matter. It's what's surrounding the match that matters. And in this case, it was, is Tiffany going to cash in? That was the entire.
There was a lot surrounding this one.
Yeah, that was the whole gimmick of the match. And you've got Rodriguez out there as well.
And Dirty Dom.
Yeah, and you would have had Rhea Ripley, but she's been taken out with an orbital socket fracture. I think,
Yep.
I think they said.
She broke her face.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't make her miss Mania. I don't think it will. But
No, I don't think so.
I remember it took Undertaker out for 3 months, I think it was. He came back early, but he wore the mask when he had the orbital.
Yeah, I mean, she can work around
I just
it.
can't see Rhea coming back with a mask. So I think she would wait until she was clear.
But you know what? She'd look badass in it. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, she could have a badass mask.
Yeah, I mean, she would definitely have some kind of a badass mask.
Match mask. All right. So as far as the match itself goes,
yes, undashing Rhea Ripley. She could team with dashing Cody Rhodes.
Undashing Rhea Ripley. That's funny. So yeah, the match just kind of went on, nothing super crazy until Tiffany Stratton decided to come down to cash in her women's Money in the Bank briefcase. She attempted to do so, but it wasn't clear on who it was going to be. And then, so she was kind of like arguing with the referee. And then Nia noticed that she was in the ring and was kind of like, "What are you doing? Get out of the ring!"
And she said that she was going to cash in on Liv.
Yeah.
Was what she said.
And she was all like, "Hey, what? I wasn't going to cash in on you. I was going to cash." Yeah, it was one of those things. Morgan and Rodriguez were about to take care of Stratton when Jax came from behind to take out all three of them. Nia Jax appeared to have things under control when she had Morgan in the corner and was about to win with the Annihilator, but Dom came down, pushed Stratton's briefcase into the ring to distract the referee. Rodriguez came onto the apron and kicked Jax to knock her off the top rope, which allowed Morgan to execute the Oblivion and won the match. And your first ever Crown Jewel champion, Liv Morgan.
Yep.
In extremely dirty fashion. Not clean whatsoever.
Like a heel.
Yep.
Like a true heel.
Afterwards, Triple H and some Saudi guy was in the ring. Whoever he is. Like, it was so weird to me because I remember them doing that for... Oh, what was it? The Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy came in the ring, and at no point is it announced who he is.
Right.
It's just a dude. I was like, who are you? Just a Saudi official, I guess. We have no clue.
Saudi dignitary.
Are you the king? Are you the prince? Are you
the jester?
Are you the mayor? like who are you? We still don't know who that guy was, but he was in there with another guy, and two women were behind them, and so it was
women.
Yeah, it was Triple H, Liv, and then the dude, and then behind them when they were posing was two women and another dude, and I was like, who are these people? So dumb. But anyway, Liv Morgan's your champion, and she got her ring afterwards, which is fugly as you can imagine.
Just like the title belt.
It's probably worse than the title belt. The ring is like a Super Bowl ring, but it's basically just got the Crown Jewel logo on it, I think. Like it's so bad. It's atrocious. It's like they spent $50 billion on the title belt and then they spent $10 on the ring. Oh my god. Yeah. And like I don't know how much Liv Morgan was faking it or if she was like really proud of it, but like she was tearing up when she got the belt and everything. I don't know whether that was legit.
It probably was.
But like, why you're proud of winning the Blood Money Championship? Okay, congratulations on being the first Blood Money champion. I don't know. It's very strange to me. I don't know. I mean, I am personally glad that they gave it to Liv over Nia. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't like Nia.
You're a Nia hater.
I'm a Nia hater. That's gonna be my finisher when I become a wrestler. The Nia hater.
The Nia hater. Yeah, nice.
Oh, it's the Nia hater.
It's the Nia hater.
He hit the Nia hater. All right. As far as the match quality goes, 6, I guess.
5. We'll give it a 5.
Yeah. The match itself sucked, but like I like the drama of not knowing what was going to happen. So that's the only reason I'm giving it a point higher. It was the best match so far. The best entertainment value so far. How do we do on predictions?
Well, we both like Liv. You had her for 2 points. I had her for 4 points.
Shit, that means we're tied, isn't it? Oh, just doing a recap.
I have you as having two pointers.
Oh, let me check. I do have my notes here.
I had you with for 2 and Liv for 2.
It was on. Oh, my Naya and Liv was 1 point.
1 point. Okay, so you had Liv for 1.
Yeah, my what was the other one you had for 2? Rollins and Reed.
For you, yeah.
That's correct.
All right, so you had Liv for 1, and I had Liv for 4.
So you're in the lead.
So I'm at 16-15.
How the fuck did that happen so fast? Speaking of which, we've had this discussion on the show multiple times of what do we do in the event of a tie, right? And someone had mentioned to me this past weekend, they're like, why do you need to do anything in the event of a tie? And I'm like, well, because we need a winner. And they're like, no, you don't. You already have a champion. Champion has the advantage. So you have to beat the champion. If you tie, the champion is still the champion. So it doesn't matter. Okay. So you don't need tiebreakers. You just have to beat the champion.
Champion's advantage.
Yeah, champion's advantage. So it's like it's like a DQ. And I was like, huh. All right, that's actually a good idea. You have to beat the champion.
Okay.
I like
that.
Yeah.
It'll be a time limit draw.
Yeah, exactly. It's a no contest.
The AEW special, time limit draw.
The AEW special. Yep, the Tony Khan booking decision of the year. All right. Next match was the Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton match. Which didn't happen.
Which did not happen.
It did not occur. They came out, or Kevin Owens came out. Was it Kevin Owens came out first?
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters who came out first. They got in the ring and they just basically started beating the shit out of each other and didn't care about the match. The match officially ended, I believe, when I think it was Orton hit an RKO on a ref.
No, Owens was going to hit Orton with the chair. The ref grabbed the chair from behind Owens, and he gave him a stunner. Owens gave him a stunner.
The ref?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, he sold it like a champ, too.
Oh, yeah. I think I have it here. Yeah. Where's the ref bump? Oh, yeah, here it is. Boom. Oh, yeah, he did like a fucking twirl while he was sitting. Yeah, that was epic.
And then just rolled out of the ring.
Yep. And then, of course, all security starts to come down and they're beating each other with chairs. And then eventually Adam Pearce comes down.
I don't know why Pearce came down. Pearce is a Raw.
Yeah, and both of these guys are SmackDown. That is pretty weird, isn't it? Yeah, are both of them Raw? No, both of them were SmackDown.
Yeah, they're both SmackDown.
Yeah, that is weird. Why did Adam Pearce come down?
He must have been the only authority figure there. Or the only GM there.
No, because right after that, what's the SmackDown GM?
Nick Aldis.
Yeah, right after he RKO'd Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis showed up. So that is weird. I never even thought about that. Why was the Raw GM there? Very weird. Huh. Okay. Yeah. That is odd. Yeah, and then they continued to brawl. Orton put Owens using his like backdrop table move that he always uses. They continued to battle and eventually battled onto a table. somewhere in the crowd, and Kevin Owens did an elbow drop off of like one of the staircases there in the stands onto Orton through the table, and
This
that's
looked
basically
good.
where they
This
ended
looked
it.
really good.
Yeah, it looked really good. Yeah. So yeah, there was no match. It was no contest, and they faded to black after the table spot. So we cannot give a Co-op Entertainment review scale of this because it didn't
never
happen.
happened.
Yeah, it didn't occur. The bell never rung.
So you thought you saw something, but you didn't see anything.
It didn't occur.
You saw nothing.
It was like Dusty Rhodes' title reign. It didn't occur.
That's right.
So I guess we both get nothing.
We both get nothing.
Both get nothing on the prediction. It's null and void.
It's null and void.
No, nobody won. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I can say about it. You know, it was entertaining, but it was also kind of a cop out. It was almost like I don't know, like they know the end to the story is probably, like you said, Orton is the bad guy, and they're gonna reveal that at some point, and they have to keep things going until that time. It does kind of make me wonder when they're gonna do that reveal.
Yeah, when are they gonna do it?
Yeah, like if you're not gonna do it at Crown Jewel, does that mean you're just gonna do it on some random SmackDown? Or are you gonna drag this out all the way to Survivor Series and have it up in there?
Right, because that's a
4-week wait. I think.
That's 4 weeks.
That's a long time to drag this out. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll find out on SmackDown this week.
I mean, maybe we'll find out, and then they can have their blow off at Survivor Series.
Kevin and Randy.
Yeah, Kevin and Randy.
Yeah.
And then maybe lead into Cody and Randy at Rumble.
Yeah, because I guess we don't know who Cody's going to face at Survivor Series yet. Oh, unless they do a triple threat at Survivor Series.
Oh.
I think I said that last week, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That seems most likely at this point because Cody doesn't even have a program now. You know, he is somewhat tied to this program though, so I can see him coming back into it now. That makes sense. All right. Continuing on. Man, we're moving through this fast.
We are.
There's only 2 matches left. Damn. Oh, by the way, this also explains why there was only 7 matches on the card, or why there were 7 matches on the card and there's normally 5. One of them wasn't a match.
Right.
It was like 3 minutes long. So,
yep,
that explains things. All right. So next up, we had the triple threat match for the United States Championship: LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. And this was probably the best match of the night.
I think so. Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. Because there's a lot of talent on the show, and not to say that this is a talentless match. It's got a lot of talent in it, but definitely stole the show as far as a match.
Just don't like how they got to it. How they got to this match.
Yeah, no, I agree. The build up sucked. It took too long. If there wasn't enough there, yeah, I agree. Yeah, great match. Lots of crazy high spots. No real botches except for one where LA Knight slipped on the ropes, which seems to happen a lot to him. I'm not sure why he goes up on the ropes. It's like, you slip a lot, bro. Don't go up there. But everyone did their part. Great match. Carmelo really shined in this match, except for the fact that he was involved in the ending.
Yeah.
So the ending was pretty cool. Hayes went to the top rope for a Hurricane Rana attempt, but Knight was in the right place, right time, and nailed him with a double BFT. What does that stand for, by the way?
Blunt
BFT.
force trauma.
Blunt force trauma. Okay.
Blunt force trauma.
Always sounded like a sandwich to me.
That's a BLT.
Or a BMT from
Yes,
Subway.
Italian BMT. Subway.
Now I'm hungry. Yeah, double blunt force trauma to pin Hayes. So LA Knight retains and pins Carmelo. Did not see that coming. I thought Andrade would have been for sure the one to take the pinfall in this match.
So what does that do? Does that set up Andrade saying I wasn't pinned?
Yeah, I
I
assume
won a match.
so.
I don't know.
Which is really weird because like Andrade doesn't have anything going for him right now. You know what I mean? He never
No,
really did.
yeah.
You know, until like he did in his NXT days. But like as soon as he got to the main roster, he's like, who is this guy? We still don't know who this guy is. He's got no personality. He's just, you know.
He tries on the mic. I mean, I'm definitely.
But like, who is he? You know what I mean? He doesn't. He doesn't have like a. He needs a mouthpiece. That's what he needs. He needs a mouthpiece.
Now, I did see on X that he did tell Jose, the assistant, his mouthpiece from AEW, "I'll see you soon" or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jose is pretty much he's done in AEW, and there's kind of rumors that they want
He's gonna come over
to get back together. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't remember Jose the assistant, so I can't say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I definitely think Andrade needs a mouthpiece, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's clear that he's a charisma black hole, as you stated last week regarding most of the AEW roster.
Well, and that and the Karrion Cross crew.
Oh yeah, the Karrion Cross black hole of charisma. Yeah. That's
and
right,
the Wyatt Six. They're horrible.
Yes. Speaking of them, before we continue, what do
we
you make
to?
of them returning and kidnapping the Miz? I don't understand anymore. I don't understand.
I don't know. Keep them away from titles.
Yeah.
That's fine. You want to, kidnap the Miz, get involved with him. That's fine. You get involved with people that don't have titles. That's fine. Just keep them away from titles.
It's really frustrating to me because the idea of the Wyatt Six is basically the Final Testament, but better. Done properly to me. And they started off so strong with that like murder scene when they debuted and picking on Gable, but then they picked on Gable for too long, and we had like a 3-month feud between the two.
We had
but it wasn't
a 1-on-1 match, a 4-on-4 match, a 3-on-3 match.
Yeah, and
it was,
and it wasn't even a feud because the Wyatt Six won every single match.
Yep.
American Made or whatever they were called in the beginning never won.
Yep.
They basically formed this new group and were like, hey, you know what'll make these guys get over? Losing.
Yeah.
They had Gable going like this, and then they're like, nah. Let's just throw him to the Wyatt Six. I don't get it, man. I'm very confused.
The most interesting they've been was before they even debuted.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah.
With the QR codes, all the other stuff, and then just the videos. It hasn't been anything about them.
Yeah, I think with them less is more. Kind of like the Undertaker, but the problem is that the Undertaker had he had that mystique and the supernatural element and all that kind of stuff, but he was also excellent in the ring. And I'm not saying that these guys aren't excellent in the ring, because several of them are. But you've gone too far into this cinema mode again, just like Bray Wyatt did.
And they don't have the aura.
I think they have the aura. I think they have the aura.
Not like the Undertaker.
I think they're missing the plan. And that's why I was so frustrated. That's why I'm so frustrated, because at the beginning when they did the murder scene and then they were picking on Gable, I was like, all right, this is going places, man. They have an idea of what they're gonna do with the Wyatt Six, and then they disappeared all of a sudden, and it's like, okay, where'd they go? What are they planning next? And and now they've kidnapped the Miz. So what is the end goal of this? Is the Miz joining the Wyatt Six with a complete repackage?
After he joined the Final Testament.
Yeah, after he joined the Final Testament. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know where they're going. And then, where's Alexa Bliss, by the way? Wasn't she supposed to be a part of this?
Married with kid.
Yeah, is she like retired? Like, where did she's been gone for so long. It's crazy.
I think she said that she's not gone forever, that she'll eventually come back, but
yeah, it sure is taking a long time.
Very what's strange. She gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see where the Miz thing goes, but I'm just like, be careful, guys. You could fuck this up real bad real quick. Let's be careful. All right, so getting back to LA Knight retaining the United States Championship by pinning Carmelo. As far as a match rating goes, I give it 7.
7. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely, I mean, match of the night.
It stands out as match of the night, but that doesn't mean it's like an 8 or a 9 or a 10.
No, I mean it was better than the 6 that was the Bloodline match.
Yeah, it was definitely the best match of the night for sure, which is surprising considering the talent once again. How did we do in predictions?
Well, I thought Carmelo was going to win.
Oh.
I had 1 on Carmelo. You had 4 on LA Knight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Took the lead again.
So you had 4 for Knight. So that puts you at 19. And I had 0. So that keeps me at 16.
19-16. Going into the final. As always, it gets to the main event, the deciding factor, which was the Crown Jewel Men's Championship with WWE Champion Cody Rhodes against World Champion Gunther. And let me tell you something about this match.
Tell me.
It sucked.
Tell me again.
Oh, it sucked bad.
No.
I hated it. I hate it.
Did you?
I almost fell asleep.
I don't know. Working.
What's that?
I said I couldn't because I was working.
Oh, you couldn't because you yeah, that'd be a problem. Yeah, no, I was bored stiffless, man. When it was about to end, I was like, is it almost over? And then it was over. And I was like, okay, that was a thing that occurred. That was not what I was expecting. I was expecting a 5-star classic from these two, and I got a Raw main event that was okay. I don't know, man. There was nothing about this that was entertaining in a main event slot, and not to mention, I was expecting not that it needs interference, but I was fully expecting a Damian Priest cameo here of some sort with all of his threats against Gunther, and we didn't even get Ludwig.
No Kaiser there. No Kaiser roll.
So no Kaiser roll. Oh God. Your names for these people, man. Yeah, it was basically just a straight match with Cody and Gunther, and Cody won clean. And I don't get why. Why did he need to win? Cody didn't need to win.
Because it's the big show.
It's the big show.
The big show with the big giant presentation and the big ceremony. And Cody's
I guess they didn't want 2 heels winning it as well.
Cody's the face of the company. He is the man of that company. for better or for worse.
I mean, I'm not mad that he won, but I don't understand why you wouldn't give it to the guy who needs it more. It made Gunther look weaker.
Business-wise, Cody was the person to win, but I don't know. For me, creative-wise, perception-wise, I thought Gunther should have won.
Absolutely, he should have won. Even if it was from shenanigans of some kind. You know?
But with the way they did the finish, they kept Gunther as strong as they could with the finish that they did. It was just Cody getting a freak 3-second shoulders, a freak 3-second pin.
Yeah.
To keep Gunther strong.
Basically, Gunther had the sleeper hold on Cody, and Cody did he pulled him back into like a backslide pin almost.
So, yeah, something like that. Gunther had the sleeper on him from behind on the ground, and then Cody flipped back.
Yeah.
To pin Gunther for 3.1 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was weak. I was disappointed in the main event. It not being the best match on the card was shocking to me. And I don't know. This was probably the worst WWE PLE overall for me since Triple H took over.
I mean, it wasn't a bad match for me.
It wasn't bad. It was just nothing special.
Gunther can't have a bad match.
No.
But depending on who Cody's in the ring with, Cody matches for me are boring.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Depending on who he's in
the weird thing is, I've seen Cody in way better matches in AEW. I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I'd give it a 6. Maybe even a 5. I'd go. It was okay. It was a 6. It was a 6.
I'll go 6. It was on the same level as the Bloodline match.
Bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, the pay-per-view or the PLE was just it's the worst WWE PLE I've seen from Triple H easily.
Definitely a holdover, just a stopgap to the next one.
Yeah.
Whether it was because it was Saudi or what, it was just not high on the meter for me.
Yeah, and if we think about it, nothing happened at this show that if you missed it would be a problem.
No, I mean, if
you could go from watching last week's Raw to next week's Raw and be like, I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No titles changed hands. Money in the Bank didn't get cashed in. Nothing got pushed.
This sounds like you just catch up on YouTube clips.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It could have been a Raw or SmackDown. It was that. Yeah. It was that straightforward, and uneventful. So, yeah, I don't get it. But let's hear the predictions. How did we end up?
So for main events, you put 6 points on Gunther, and I put 3 points on Gunther.
Oh.
So we both missed.
Damn. Okay.
So
do you know what that means?
I know what that means. You know what that means? But I want my title.
I want it back. And new WWP champion. Wrestling Wrenaissance predictions. WWP.
My chair looks so empty.
Look at that empty chair. It looks so sad now. I gotta get something to showcase that I'm the champion. But I don't have anything. I'm looking around. Do I have a ring? You know what? I'll just put this on my wrist. There. There's my championship belt.
Oh, there you go. I
There you
still
go.
have
That's
the
my belt.
puppy though.
Oh, you do have the puppy. Aw, look at him. He's like, what's happening? Hey, puppers.
Yeah,
Hey, puppers.
he's sad that I didn't win.
He's like, where did the belt go?
I know. Yeah.
Where did the belt go? Well, all right. So that was Crown Jewel. Not a great show, I will say. I think I've said it already enough, but yeah,
Yeah,
not a great show.
It was there.
It existed,
It was a show.
and I'm glad I didn't pay for it. But put it that way, I'm glad I didn't pay for it. So now we have quite a large gap between now and the next PLE or pay-per-view. I believe the next one is Full Gear.
20, yeah, it's Full Gear. I think the 23rd.
Yeah. So that means we've got 2 weeks where there is no.
Yep, November 23rd.
23rd, yeah. So that means we have 2 shows, or two weeks where we have no predictions or results shows, which means for the first time we are going to have 2 Wrestling Renaissance run-ins in a row, back to back, and the first is the Wrestling Nation Zone questionnaire special, the Wrestling Nation Zone submission special. That one, there we go. I like that. The submission special. I like it. Where we are going to answer questions submitted by Wrestling Nation Zone members and respond to hot takes that Wrestling Nation Zone members have. And then on the following week, we're doing it. We're ranking every single Survivor Series. And I've been doing my research, and I've watched a couple. And oh boy, Survivor Series is not historically a great pay-per-view.
No, there's been probably about 15 out of the last 20 that we might put towards the bottom. They had some really big duds.
As far as our rankings go, our ranking episodes go, I feel like this is going to be the one with the most trash.
Probably.
I can't imagine something having more trash than that pay-per-view. We will see, though. We will see. So that has been Wrestling Renaissance for this week. If you want to reach me, I'm on BlueSky at TJ-Leo.
And I'm on the X and the BlueSky at Cole2K.
And you can email in your questions to co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We'll be back next week with the submission special. Can't wait. It's going to be a blast. We have a lot of submissions in. Which reminds me, I'm going to go ask for more submissions right meow.
Get some submissions and some good hot takes.
Absolutely.
We might
Dante,
get some
you didn't
of our
come visit. He doesn't care. He's not coming. You don't care today, do you? He's not even acknowledging me.
Uh-oh.
I'm Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me. No, nothing.
Solo?
All right. What's that?
Maybe you're Solo, and he needs to acknowledge Solo.
And just no one acknowledges him.
Solo beat Roman.
This is true. This is a true statement. He's elevated. We'll see what happens. All right. This has been Wrestling Renaissance, and we are out.
Have a good one.